Hey there, Finessi. It's Duke Winwell here with another of my rare YouTube updates. Before I get into what this video is actually about, I have been doing a bunch of Nerf stuff recently, but it's all quote-unquote old news. That is, I already have videos about most everything that I've done, so there's really no reason to make another one to keep you up to date because you already know what's going on. So with that said, get into some new stuff. A Manta Magnus, obviously the new Mega Magnus. It seems to be really hot this year, so yeah. I've done a Manta mod. Manta mod is when you take the blaster and you flip it upside down, obviously as you can see with another one, and you put them together to make a Manta. The Manta Ray was an older Nerf blaster that actually looked like a Manta Ray sea animal and had two plunger tubes, so that's where the origin of the Manta mod comes from. The integration is 100% mechanical, no epoxy, so there's no glue anywhere on this. I have these two tack rails right here integrated. The handle right here is not connected at all, so these are not connected. As you can tell, I've removed the trigger guards, and that's just to add space for my fingers. I've also cut down the triggers just a little bit, and that's also, again, just for comfort and space for my fingers. It was either that or slightly widen the integration port right here. However, I really wanted them to match up evenly because it looks really clean this way. So the internals are stock, so I can still dry fire. I really like the underbarrel prime. It's probably my favorite part about this modification. So like I said, the internals are stock, and I'm getting about 73 feet per second on average with Mega Darts, and that's pretty good. So that translates into the 85-foot range that Nerf claims. Manta Magnus. Next thing that I've been working on is a Mega Slug. As you can see, here is a homemade Mega Stefan. Here it is next to a normal NIC Stefan, the 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. So this is made with 3/4 inch foam backer rod, like I said, and it's made from McMaster Parts 9R1090 Alpha 103. I believe that's the felt pad. And then also McMaster Part 8771 Kilo 6. That is the washer that I put in the front. Overall, these cost a little under $1/4 to make, whereas the stock ammunition, this is almost 70 cents. So much cheaper. I have yet to core out the middle and do a couple other things to it to make it ready to accept the Mantis, or not the Mantis, the Magnus. Yes, the Magnus clip and the Centurion clip. So I still have a little bit more to do, but they're basically finished, and I just wanted to show you guys them. So those are my Mega Slugs. Another blaster that I've been working on is the Fire Strike. These have been around for a while. I wanted to do a Fire Strike rifle, reminiscent of the old Night Finder rifle, where you make a completely homemade plunger tube, but I didn't want to have to buy a K26 spring and buy some big old Petchy and make my own plunger tube. So if I fall into those parts, I'll probably do it, but as of right now, no intentions. So I replaced the spring with an 8 kilogram Swarmfire spring, whereas the stock is 2.5 kilograms, so it's got more power. I added Teflon tape on the O-ring, greased it up, obviously just for a better seal. I removed the air restrictor. I brass barreled the barrel, obviously, with 17/32 brass, and that just gives a tighter seal for the dart. I also replaced the LED that the Fire Strike has in their stock. It's a horrible LED. It's like wide angle red with a stupid focusing lens on the end. I actually used a real laser diode, so that's fun. It's still running off the stock battery and the stock trigger, so turned out pretty good. I like it. Last thing I have to talk about today for you guys is the Supermax 1000. Well, not a new blaster, obviously. It's, I believe this is 1994, my bad. So made in 94 by Laramie before Nerf was owned by Hasbro. It is a Supermax 1000. Yeah, the only really thing I have to say about this is that the auto rotation mechanism for the turret is broken. I picked it up on the cheap because of that, and my plans are to fix the auto rotation mech. I've opened it up, taken a look at it, and I'm currently trying to get specs on the piece that is broken. So I'm going to try and fabricate a new one, either cut that out of polycarb or do something along those lines. But the Supermax 1000 is a pretty cool blaster. I don't plan on uber modifying it and actually using it in a war. It's more for collector's value, so I just want to get that auto rotation mech working, and I'll hang it on the shelf or something like that. So that's all I have for you today, guys. Go ahead and post any questions you have in the comment section, and I'll try and get back to you. Keep nerfing on.